life is valuable, that your life has meaning, that you deserve joy, peace, appreciation, happiness, and success. And if you would just give me a few moments of your time, I will prove that to you by telling you a few personal stories of my own that show that I understand what you're going through. And if you're somebody who's struggling out there to figure out their purpose and their meaning, I have something for you at the end of the video if you would just simply pay attention. And yes, I'm going to try to get you to do something, but I promise you that if you do it and that you are somebody who I'm supposed to connect with, that you will get a lot of value out of it and that your life will definitely be better for doing it and for listening. So if you don't mind, I'd like to begin. It was 1988 and I'm standing over a coffin and my little baby brother is inside of it. And I remember the sadness on my parents' faces. I remember the confusion in my own heart. I remember thinking and having to deal with, at 4 years old, as the oldest of the children, death and what it means to be in existence and then not to be. See, my brother passed away suddenly in his sleep from sudden infant death syndrome, or SIDS. And there was nobody to blame. There's nobody to be angry at. There was no closure. There was no ending to the story because it felt like his story had just begun. And even still to this day, I find it hard to wrap my head around the idea that such a beautiful soul could be taken out of the world without actually having any impact and not doing anything and not being able to do anything and to love and to feel and to have joy and to be able to have experiences with the rest of us. And we're a very tight family. And even to this day, I still feel guilt now because I have not been back to his grave because I'm still having a hard time dealing with that specific issue. What I'm reminded of when I think about this is that life is valuable and life is important and life has meaning and we're here for a reason and we're here to do something. And that our goal is to find it. And the reason why I want to share this story with you is because there was a specific moment where I could have died. And it was some 20 years later. I was 26 years old. After a life of struggle, I joined the Marine Corps. I got out as a veteran and I worked and I had a great career. I was able to make $100,000 a year without a college degree. I had a house at 23. I had a good girlfriend. I had 3 cars and I had a motorcycle. I had all of the things, the materialistic things that I thought I needed in the world to be happy. And I still felt dread in my heart. And I was still ungrateful for the life that I had and for the things I was able to enjoy. I remember there was on one particular day where, and I must say that there were many days in a row, and I used to get in trouble for this at work all the time because although they were paying me well, I didn't really want to be there and I was trying to figure out why I was there. I was unhappy. I felt depressed and lonely because I didn't know how to express frustration in this way because I had everything that I thought I needed to have and I was supposed to have. I would oftentimes show up late to work because I was unhappy just being at this place. And I had a really hard time pushing myself out of bed. There was one particular day where I left my house in a hurry. It was almost 9 o'clock and I had to get to work by 9:30 so as not to get into trouble. And I was in a rush, but it was raining that day. And I remember getting in my car and not warming it up, leaving my house in a rush. And I needed new tires, but I didn't change the tires. And it had been raining for 3 days straight. 3 days straight. And I was in a rush so bad that I didn't think to slow down on a 3-lane road. Well, needless to say, I hydroplaned and I was in the fast lane and I hydroplaned. And I spun out and I was doing 360s across the road. Everything slowed down into slow motion. I could see faces of horror, real horror, on the faces of the other drivers as I'm crossing the lanes in front of them, spinning 360. I hit the embankment, I go through the grass, and I ended up right at the stop sign that to turn right onto that road. So like a good person would, I stopped. In shock, I turned off my car. I took a few deep breaths. I got out of the car. I shook myself off just to kind of check to make sure I was okay, and I was. And I said, thank God. Now, many of you you're like, oh, that's not such a big deal. Nothing bad happened to you. But I faced my own death at that moment in slow motion. Because things could have gone a lot worse for me. But they were okay. But what I realized was that this life that I had built, that I've been working my tail off to get, this money that I've been working my tail off to have, this home that I've been working my tail off to live in, and these cars that I've been working my tail off, that I wasn't grateful for, that I wasn't enjoying, that I wasn't happy about, and the people that I was spending my time with, I wasn't able to enjoy because I wasn't happy with myself and with the things that I had built for myself. The reason why I talk about this is my brother's death reminded me or taught me the value of life. This experience reminded me that I wasn't truly living my life and that I had so much more to give. So much so that within a year from that time, I sold my house, I sold my cars, I sold my motorcycle, I broke up with the girlfriend I was dating at that time. I left and I went to California to figure my own self out. So I go to California and I have my Harley Davidson. I'm riding up and down the highway. I'm enjoying my life. I'm figuring myself out. And one day I'm driving on the 5 going northbound from San Diego. And I look to the left of me. I'm riding with one hand. I'm looking to the left of me and there's a beautiful sunset. And there's a gap in the road where I can see the sunset and I can see the beach. And I'm hearing the sound of my motorcycle in my helmet. And there's no cars in front of me for a mile, and there's no cars behind me for a mile. And I finally knew what I was born to do, and I finally gave myself permission to do it because I was able to experience, without the money, without the car, without all the doodads, I was able to experience happiness just in that moment. I left California. 1 year later, May 9th, I'm in the hospital because my spouse, her water had broke and my son was on his way. And I spent the whole day worried about her. I spent the whole day worried about her health, worried about if he's going to be okay, worried about if she's going to be okay. All the way up until the delivery moment where I'm holding her head and I'm running back and forth and I'm grabbing her towels to put on her head and I'm holding her hand and I'm holding her foot and I'm watching my son come into this world, and then I get this opportunity to hold him. And it reminds me of my brother, who I never got to hold. And the frailty of his life and the new beginning of his life was something that gave me tremendous joy. And it added so much more meaning to my life that I never wanted to waste another breath of this life. And I want to be able to give him the life that he deserves. And I take it as my responsibility to give him the opportunity to see what joy is and to experience being raised by someone who truly loves him. I want him to have the world. But the thing is that not only does he deserve the world, not only does he deserve to become his absolute best in the world, and do I have the opportunity to teach him that, but it's my gift to other people to be able to remind them of the same thing. My little brother didn't get the opportunity to enjoy life, but I want my son to have the opportunity to enjoy his. I want you to have the opportunity to enjoy yours. And that's the sole reason why I do everything that I do. My name's Teddy Galloway. I help people who feel lost and trapped in life uncover their hidden abilities, their hidden talents, their purpose, their value, and happiness in life so that they can live a life enriched and full of meaning. And I want to do that for those of you who need that out there. So if you need something, if there's anything I can help you with, please give me a call. Send me an email. Let me know what you think about these stories and if they've had any impact on you. And please, for the love of all things great and good in this world, do not waste your life. Do not minimize your value. Do not have doubts, and do not allow your insecurities and your lack of confidence stop you from doing what you know is right and what you know you're good at and what you know you should be doing. Don't settle. Don't wait. Life is very short. It's our purpose to find our calling and to do it and to add value. So if there's anything I can impart to you today, it's to not wait, to not quit, and to try your hardest to do what it is that you want to do in life and to add value to other people's lives. And if you need help telling your story, or if you need help figuring yourself out, to please reach out to me. Yes, this is a service that I provide. Yes, I do charge money for this. Yes, I am good at what I do. And yes, I can help you. I've helped many people in the past. I helped one woman today figure out her story and an audience that she wants to serve and to live her life fully. One of my great friends, I helped him leave the hometown that we grew up in and move to a place that he is filled with joy, and he is loving his life every minute. A friend of mine came and sat on my couch, and he was questioning his life and he's going through a hard breakup, and he decided that he was going to take his talents and his skills, he's going to relocate to the place of his dreams, and he's going to skimboard and enjoy his life. And I helped a class full of young, talented engineers at a conference in Washington, D.C. just 2 weeks ago. Help them figure themselves out, gain confidence, learn how to build and work together as teams, and live a life full of enrichment and happiness. And man, I gotta tell you, I'm super proud of them. And I want to say that I'm super proud of you. So please give me the opportunity to help you, to at least talk to you. Reach out to me if you need anything or if you need help, and let's write this path. Again, my name is Teddy Galloway, and I help people achieve their goals and their dreams, and I help people live confidently and find their purpose and their value in life. And if my story has done anything to motivate you to change or to go out and to do something in the world, please do it. Peace be with you. Assalamu alaikum, shalom, and I hope you have a great day. I see you